So I received a question from Matthew regarding a substitute for the wrist roller exercise because he doesn't have that set up. And the truth is I don't actually have a wrist roller set up at my gym either. He has some dumbbells available, so what are some options that you can use that will mimic that wrist rolling sort of exercise that you can do with standard dumbbells? So I'm going to give you a few ideas here. For these exercises, actually, you're going to need really light dumbbells. If you have like a 25 or something, unless you are John Brookfield strong, you're not going to be able to do these. So here what you do with the dumbbell is you grab it by one of the heads. The most common forearm exercise for the forearm is just doing wrist curls like this. This exercise really doesn't do much. I mean, it's better than nothing, and you can do the reverse wrist curl, and it's going to work to some degree, but what I'm about to show you here is far better than that. So you grab it by the end, and here we're actually going to be working with the leverage factor, working on the dumbbell. So here you're going to spin around the weight. So this is actually going to work the fingers at the same time. The leverage here, when it's coming out, and because I have to support that the whole time, the wrist is working the whole time as you're doing this. This is called circling the dumbbell. It was a favorite exercise of old-time strongman Edward Aston, as well as some of the others. And you can really go out further. Here, try wrist curls in this position. Because of the leverage, this becomes much tougher to do. And doing it reverse style, this is very tough here. Because the wrist extensors, getting the wrist to come back this way, very tough. So you do need to work with light weights. You can take something here like this. Once again, wrist curls really ain't going to do much. Here, this loadable dumbbell, it's going to be hard to grab like this, but here, and we can then spin it around. Similar sort of effect, but really hitting the wrist from a different way. Also twisting from side to side. Not quite like a wrist curl, but still it's going to be working endurance if you do this with relatively light weight and work it for time. If you want to increase the weight of this, instead of just loading both sides here, I'm going to show you how you can set this up. If you have something like this, you're just going to take a light 2.5 pound weight. This actually right here, because I'm not putting it down here but using two collars to put it on the end. Oh, see, that is way heavier. Because you're using the leverage here, it's not just 2.5 pounds added to this, it's quite a lot more than that. So just some different ideas of how you can play around to work your forearms. So really this here will work your grip, work your fingers a lot more than just wrist curls. This stupid little exercise here will do a whole lot more. So play around with these exercises and you can, with just some dumbbells, work your wrists, work your forearms to a huge degree. Be sure to check out legendarystrength.com for a whole lot more on becoming strong, building your grip, doing strongman stuff, and a whole lot more.